Hey, welcome back. I'm Kenneth Holland with eXp Realty.
Hey guys, I'm Jake Vasquez with Dallas ODS Books.
And I'm Joey. I am with OnP Media.
So Earl used to, and Earl's my uncle, and Jacob used to work for him as well. And one time I took my CB radio that we did like a swap meet. We were going to New Mexico. It was just him and I. And besides the fact that when you're driving with Earl, you're always having to cough or something because he falls asleep, and you hear. That's when I first learned what those rumble strips in the
Side of the road.
yeah, side of the road. It's like, so I'd be like, "You want me to drive, Earl?" And he's like, "No, I'm fine." And so every time I'd see him doze off, I'd go, so because that way he wouldn't get upset with me wanting to drive and thinking he had it. So I had to stay awake the whole time. But anyways, I took the CB radio and he started having a lot of fun with it. And one time, and Earl's a big guy. So Earl was, how tall would you say he was?
I mean, he was like my height, I guess.
Yeah, and he was big. Like, I don't know, would you say 300 plus?
At least.
Yeah. And so he's a tough guy. And one time, he's having fun with the CB and he's going back and forth. And there's this guy, I probably shouldn't say this, but his name is Panty Snatcher. That's the handle. And so he
Say it again.
That's probably not a good thing to put on.
Penny Snatcher. Okay, got it.
Oh, Penny. P-E-N-N-Y.
No.
I know. You're supposed to. Yes.
So we go. He's having fun with this radio. And back then, the 10. I think it was 10. You'd go through right there by New Mexico and into Texas, and you'd go to like a stop sign, right? Mm-hmm. That's where the freeway would then have stop signs. And so we're going, he's talking on the CB and he starts making people agitated. And one time they're like, they start calling him skinny. They don't know where we're coming from. We're in this Suburban, everybody else is in trucks. And we're like going back and forth, like, hey, let me see the phone. We're just agitating the truckers back and forth, making fun of them, doing whatever. One of them's wanting to fight, and Earl's like, yeah, come on, let's go. And then one time we pull up to a stoplight, I was like, Earl, that's the guy right there. Because every time he speaks, you see him go on the road. He's like almost right next to us. And I was like, let me see Earl's like, no, don't touch it. And Earl was never scared of anything. Like, Earl, I wouldn't even say he was scared. He just didn't want to get into any kind of altercation. But anyways, my fun experience, I don't even know if that was that funny, but it was for me because these truckers are right there and they're right next to us talking about how they're going to beat up Skinny. And they'd be like, there's Skinny right there. He's in the Suburban. And they figured it out. They figured it out. And because up until that point, they didn't know who it was. If he was a trucker, if he was a car.
So how did they figure it out?
Because they saw the antenna on the Suburban. Because you have to have an antenna on there for it to work. So they finally saw that, and that's what did it. But he was like, I was like, Earl, let me see it. He's like, no, don't touch it.
I remember we were in New Mexico, same thing. Working, this is the time that Angel and I drove the truck. Remember that cop experience?
Oh yeah.
So the same time, this is the only time I really got mad at Earl. I loved Earl. Earl was a great guy. I want to fight this guy at this time. Something real simple. I was eating my sandwich. We were at lunch. I was eating my sandwich, right? This guy just comes over to me, grabs my sandwich, and starts eating all my sandwich, and he gives it back to me.
Earl?
Yeah, Earl. So I'm just like, this guy. Angel's like, no. I'm like, oh man, this dude. But that was just Earl,
One time, I heard the story. He was like, he was big about it's just business. One time he was mopping the floor and he did stained concrete. So he's mopping it, stain goes up on the wall, and he's like, whoops, and the owner walks in and they're like, hey, can you be careful of the walls? Those are freshly painted. And he looks over at the guy with him and he goes, be careful of the walls, careful. And it was him that did it the whole time. One of Earl's favorite things was I gotta go check on the job site. I'll be back. I gotta go check on this job site, and I'll admit I said the same thing now years later.
What's he actually doing?
You probably just going and just getting away from the job site. Sometimes taking that, sometimes estimates. But one thing about him is he could always fix anything.
Yeah.
Always. Like that's what taught me to be to have the same kind of, what do you say, ingenuity? Is that what you'd say? So because he always thought there was a solution to every problem, and he would always find a way to do it. But one time I remember he was spray painting this, and I was like, man, this looks pretty good. It was like $1 million back then. So this is early 90s, and $1 million home in Colleyville is like, I'm guessing it's probably like $2 million now. That's my guess. I mean, very nice. And the concrete finisher hadn't finished the concrete correctly. It's all bad. The stain didn't take correctly. So he's like, I got a solution. We go over there with cans of spray paint, and he's like, and I'm like, man, that looks pretty good. He's like, yeah, I think it does too. The decorator walks in, and she's like, this is awful. It looks like it's army camouflage.
Army camouflage.
But it didn't. Like, it actually looked good. She was just being picky, I think. But anyways.
We were driving his Suburban. Again, if Angel, right? And that was all the one trip. And there's that Suburban, okay? And he had a light. I'm not sure if you know, it was a red light. Remember that thing?
Oh, I don't.
It was just a red light that goes around, you know? Go down, whatever. So we get stuck in traffic.
Wait. Was like a brake light you're saying?
No. It's like a light you put on the top.
Oh.
And you plug it into the
for like
ladder.
construction workers.
Yes,
Okay.
right? It was just red. It wasn't red and blue. It was just red. Mm-hmm. So Angel and I are in the truck. Traffic like none other. Something happened way. So we're just like, oh my gosh. Just like,
Who's driving, Angel or you?
Angel was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and we were like, hey, there's a light right here. Want to try? So sure enough, we put it in there. We put it on the top, and we go on the shoulder and just go down the shoulder. So not even people aren't moving. We're just on the shoulder with the red light going, and man, we went miles. So, I don't know what. Again, I'm not sure what happened. It was like construction or whatever. Miles, and then we just like, okay, there's the cops. Unplug it, sneak back in. So, well, sneak back in first, and then unplug it because with that light, we were able to get in. That was awesome. Yeah.
I'll tell you guys that story I told you guys when at the beach.
What beach were you at?
So this is in Hawaii.
Okay.
It's in Waikiki, and we are on it was the Circle Island tour. That's how Jennifer and I met. And for some reason, I didn't take swim shorts. I don't know why, but I had my jean shorts on and a t-shirt. And part of the tour was you stop at the zoo, you stop at the beach, you stop at multiple locations, and then we were down out Ala Moana, and we had the opportunity. That's the long stop. And
I'm sorry.
What's up?
Because I remember the story. I forgot it's this one. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So we go by. So we were gonna go to the beach, right? We're gonna go swim, but I realized I don't have any swim shorts. So I was talking to Jennifer, and I said, "Well, let's go get some swim shorts." So yeah, she goes, "Yeah." So we went, and I got some swim, and it was nice. It was Quicksilver, and it was a silver swim shorts. It was so nice. I looked at it like beautiful.
Was it very greasy?
No, it was just nice and silver. So I go to the bathroom, I change, put it on. So I come out, we go to the beach. And then we went swimming, and we're just in there hanging out. And then she comes out, and I was getting ready to come out, and I was standing up, and I looked down. It was see-through.
Did it disintegrate with water?
When it got wet, it was see-through. Bro, like even you can even see the brown on my legs. I mean, I stood up and I'm like, whoa! And I laid back. And my wife is at that time my girlfriend. I'm like waving to her. And she goes, what? I go, come here. She's like, she finally gets there, and I go, my swim shorts are see-through. And she's like, what? And I go, come here. And I don't want to yell over everyone. And she's like standing like 20 feet away. I'm like, come here. And she gets close and she goes, what? And I go, my swim shorts are see-through. She's like, oh. So she had to go get a lava and bring it to me. And then I said, okay, now walk away so I can get up because I didn't want to get up and she could see me. Like, who has silver see-through? Did they not test this thing out?
Were they were meant for swimming?
Yeah.
It was a swimsuit?
It was a swimsuit.
Oh my goodness. It was a Quicksilver lingerie line.
Yeah.
That's probably what I didn't check for. But it was such nice shorts. It was so awesome that I was like, man, this is so cool. I'm like,
Yeah, they were really cool.
You still have them?
no.